quite fade out fast enough. But hello! Hi, everybody. This is episode 12 of Heroines of the Cherry Blossom, and today is Friday, March 11th, 2016. I am the head maid in charge here, Pizza Maid, and of course I have with me the leader of the infamous geisha clan, Sushi Geisha. Hi, Sushi.
Hello.
I think
Hey,
I'm
Pizza. Hey, chat.
I think I'm gonna make you the leader of the Yakuza. I think that's what I'm gonna start calling you. The infamous leader of the Yakuza clan, Sushi Geisha. I keep
Okay.
coming up with something different every week, and I never remember what I want to do, and I'm like, damn it, I gotta figure something out. But it's true. After a week break, which we had some fun celebrations to celebrate. We are back in action this week to give you guys episode 12 and give you your weekly dose of all the news on Atomes, CGs, wonderful R18 CDs. Thank you, Mocha, by the way. 7 minutes in. And just all the great news about Atomes and everything in between. But of course, we like to start off our show with proper diction and syntax for starters, and also to let you guys know what we've been up to this week and what we have coming up in our weekly Pizza Plays and Sushi Plays segment. But first, I wanted to ask you, Miss Sushi, what have you played this week?
I've surprisingly played a lot. Um, and I had a whole order, but with a surprise announcement today from Xseed, I'm moving my order around. So I've been playing Trails in the Sky. I started the PC version, which is on Steam. Um, what you guys can't see is in our show notes. All of this is in red, and half of it is in caps, and then there's like some jumbled letters from when I just all over on the keyboard, along with a huge picture that I put in the show notes because this is very exciting. Um, so, um, so yeah, picked up the version on Steam. It is they have the first and second chapter of Trails in the Sky, and it's actually on sale because they had some major announcements today for part three, which is coming next year to PC, and as well as the second part for Trails of Cold Steel is coming out later this year. So that is freaking awesome. So, um, if you're curious about Trails, I recorded the intro to it, and it's on my YouTube page. The first part is on sale for $10 on Steam, and the second chapter is on sale for $20. It's a really, really great JRPG. Great relationships, great gameplay, great story. I really want more people to play it and experience it. I don't feel like it has enough followers, and I love it as much as I love Persona, so I have to push it out there. I've also been watching Sad play the second chapter um, on the PlayStation TV, and it's pretty cool because it comes in two sections. In the first section, you play as Estelle, and then in the second section, which we just started, you play as Joshua, which is really cool to kind of see what has happened between the two of them and what's going on right now. So, um, I've also been playing Digimon, of course, still Satan, in my life. I am at chapter 19 out of 20. Um, but I can't rush it because so in Pokemon, a lot of times to get a really or to evolve a Pokemon, you can give it a stone and just take it around maybe during the day or during the night or in a region, I guess. And then all of a sudden it's evolved. That's not Digimon at all. Like Digimon, you have to watch the stats. One stat could be too high, one stat has to be a certain rank. Like it's just insane. So I've restructured my whole team. I've had to evolve them, then backtrack and de-evolve them, and then re-evolve them again and level them all the way back up to level 55. And they released new Digimon this week, which I have, I think, two of the new ones. Smashy, correct me if I'm wrong. Already, I'm very lucky. But it's intense. And so that's what
That's
I've been doing literally all last night at like 11:30. I put it down and Sab was like, "Oh, so you had dinner and you finally put down the Vita." I was like, "Well, my battery was getting low."
That's kind of crazy though
So,
for Digimon. It wasn't. I mean, Digimon is definitely an all ages kind of game, but that's some serious shit for digital monsters. Like, I don't remember Digimon ever being that complex. But then again, I never played the games. I remember the cartoon. So that's kind of a bit of a shock to me that you have to go through all of that,
yeah.
like entire. Wow, they don't mess around, Digimon. I could see why it's kind of Satan now. I don't want to play it. I support
Yeah.
people who play it. I don't
It's
want to play it. Oh man.
it's crazy. Oh, Daiko? Hi, thanks for coming.
Oh,
Thank you for being up at 3 a.m. on your time
yay! Hi,
to
Daiko.
see us.
Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome. Um, so yeah, so that's what I've been doing in Digimon, and I'm addicted to it right now. I'm just doing a huge grind fest. And the cool thing about it is when they're finally kind of evolved, some of them look like robot samurai. Like it's really cool. So it's kind of awesome like that. I put down Fire Emblem until I finished Digimon, which was hard because I've already singled out two guys that I want to um, associate with, if you will. And
Associate with. It's
and
okay.
one of them one of them I'm talking with an artist to hopefully confirm a commission piece between my Princess Nanako and him. So I'm really kind of excited about that.
Oh,
Hey Mocha, how are
Mocha,
you? Thanks for coming by.
that YouTube link. Oh my god. I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. You're just gonna end that right there. Thank you. In so many ways, thank you. But no, that's actually
If you would like to know, if you would like to know what that link is, just find one of us on Twitter and we'll share it with you.
I wasn't prepared. And literally I watched it before I ate dinner. I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Because literally, my mom just sees my face as I'm watching it on my phone, mind you. And I'm like, la la la. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you look like you just got bad news. I'm like, there's nothing bad about this, Mom. I promise you. It's okay. It's okay. But so will you have to send me a link of the person that you're looking to get the commission pieces for Nanako and the Mystery Man, because I love seeing commissioned art pieces. I love deviant deviant art, it's called, I think, DA.
Mhm.
Absolutely love it. If I could ever get a commission piece of just my little pizza maid, I'd be the happiest kid ever. So I always love looking and seeing what people put out there. I want my beautiful cat girl made. It would be awesome. But
Yeah. I always I found someone, but they said that they actually their last commission spot just closed. So I went on Tumblr and I was just looking around and I found someone that had done a wide range and they offered a lot of choices from very simple to more expensive, like 75 to $100 kind of range.
mm,
And they've been very professional so far, like very, I don't think they're gonna run off with my money kind of thing.
mm,
Um, so I'm really excited to see how that turns out. And I was able to pick the pose that I wanted and, all that stuff. You can add a background if you wanted that. So I'm going for a very romantic shared moment between Princess Nanako and it's Leo. That's who it is in the game. If
oh,
you are playing Fire Emblem, that's who you meet him, and within the first 5 minutes, he tries to be a badass. But his collar, he has like this big, huge collar because he's like a dark or a night mage or something. And he turns around to like storm off or something, and you're like, "Hey, your collar's inside out," and he's like, "Shut up!" and he runs away with his tag sticking out, like you can see the tag, like in the game. And I was like, oh, I love you. You're adorable. You're my favorite person. Because I do that all the time. So it was just like, you're great. You're great. You're great. So I'll keep you up to date, but I'll definitely share a link with you in case, they have a lot of choices that you could do.
Oh.
I did actually, because of you, I picked up Animal Boyfriend and I want my life back. Pizza.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let me put my hand down right here. I did not force your hand towards Animal Boyfriend. If Animal Boyfriend compelled you, me and Emma could only have done so much. And I'm going to throw Emma under the bus with me because, Emma, I'm going to throw you under the bus with me because I love you. So that's how it is. But yeah, Animal Boyfriends. And it's great because
I think.
it's awesome. I love
Go
Animal
ahead.
Boyfriend. No, that's all I got to say. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's because Takashi is just this happy, positive little person. And whenever I check in on, he's always smiling and blushing and just happy all the time. So it makes me want to like do so much for him. It's so funny because
Oh.
it's not like I want to cage him. I'm like, I hope you do well in life. I want you to be happy. Let's buy you that outfit. Let's go to karaoke. You know
Will
what
you
I mean?
will you check my work? That's the one that breaks me. That's the one that breaks me. I'm like, I'll check your work, or
Oh,
we'll go to the baseball game. You tell me what you want to do, Samo-chan. You let me know what you want to do. We'll do
like
whatever you want.
I checked his work and there was an error and he got upset and I wanted to throw the phone against the wall. I was like, how dare you make me hurt his feelings? How dare you?
Spoiler alert, though. Regardless of what you choose, only one's gonna get better, and then something will go down. I figured that out the hard way because if you tell him let's go to the baseball game, he gets disappointed, but then his mood improves. But then if you say I'll check your work, you find the error and he gets upset. I learned that the hard way because I was on the verge of tears when it happened. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'll never check your work again. We'll go to the baseball game. I promise. Do you want a hot dog when we get there? We'll get you a hot dog. But yeah, Animal
You want a
Boyfriend's
hat?
great.
We'll get you a hat, buddy.
I'll go to the gotcha machine right now and I'll get you two. I'll get you two. We will definitely be talking about Animal Boyfriend on this episode of Heroines, by the way, because that's my go-to game now. It's like on the list of mobile games. That and Notice Me Senpai are probably the two main ones that I check every day. And if Samo-chan is not happy, I am not happy. Like that's just how it is. And I'm like, no. And then when
There
people
was a whole day that Takashi was sad and I could do nothing. And I was really upset about that. Like I was like, why can't I fix this? I'm supposed to fix this. Let's put you to work. Let's get you to study. Let's buy you stuff.
do you want
What's the
strawberry
take?
candy? Do you want strawberry candy? I could give that to you. That game, it kind of has a bit of, you know what? It's a form of. Okay, we'll talk about this when we talk about Animal Boyfriend. I promise we will discuss this. I'm gonna
Okay.
save this for the actual portion of the show.
Okay.
But and Notice
And
Me Senpai, yeah.
I have to say that Xander, I haven't gotten a lot of experience with him in the game, but I know he's a big fan favorite and I like a lot of the fan artwork. He's in Fire Emblem
Is
and he's like your big brother in the game. So he is cool. I will acknowledge that. Say he is pretty awesome.
is
But
there?
Leo's my nerd.
There's no butler you can romance in Fire Emblem. I can't romance a butler.
Yes, you can. You can.
Buying it
And
tonight.
he is head over heels for you. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but he is rude to everyone but you. Like he adores you. And
And
he's like really good in battle. Like he does really well.
well, I guess I know what I'm
You
playing
can
now.
have babies with him and you can pet his face and he
So
blushes.
I'm gonna buy Fire Emblem tonight because one, I got my first paycheck today, and two,
Yay!
shit, I want to play Fire Emblem. I want a butler to love on me. My real Samo-chan can only do so much. I want pet his head. Oh man, there goes all my time.
He wasn't rude to me, Smashy, but I haven't finished the game yet. He wasn't rude to me. He was
Oh,
polite in telling me I didn't know how to make tea, because it's true, I don't know how to make tea.
wait, his name's Jacob. Is that the name of the butler? All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
all right. I'm gonna have to come up with a witty little pet name for him. We will find something. I'll call him my little wolf or something. I don't know. I'll figure something. But
Oh,
we're
be careful, there's a wolf in the game. There's a fox or wolf in the game you can romance too, so.
yeah, but if it's not a cat boy, I usually don't. I'm not attracted. This is gonna sound off. I'm not usually attracted to the wolf men or dogs. Bunnies I find to be extremely adorable, but they're always infinitely young in my mind. Like they're always little kids. So I just tend to lean towards the cats. So
Gotcha.
yeah. But Emma, we're going to be talking about Animal Boyfriend today. So this one's for you.
Yeah.
Um,
The last thing, real quick, was Notice Me Senpai.
mhm.
I'm finally down to the last group of guys, like the senior senpais or whatever they're called. I don't know, but they have two CGs, not just one.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm just waiting for their hearts to increase so I can move up the level. And I got two letters right before the podcast tonight, so I'm slowly getting up there, and then I'll have all of them. So,
Yeah.
um, they had a fan survey apparently on Tumblr, who was the favorite senpai in
Uh,
that game. And Pizza, I know you and I have talked about this, and we'll talk about it probably some more in a little bit. The childhood friend was the favorite. Um, who
really?
was actually voted.
To
Yeah,
Carol?
yeah. Hmm.
Susama. It's Susama. Susama is my senpai for life. Aw.
So
Yeah.
I was
It's
curious,
interesting.
so is he your favorite?
Hands down, he was my favorite. I was really excited because this week I actually unlocked his CG. And when I did, I shit you not, I ran around my bedroom like a little kid, and everybody in my house was like, "What the hell just happened?" I'm like, "Oh my God, Susama noticed me." They're like, "Who?" And I'm like, "Susama." And you just hear my sister say, "She's cheating on her boyfriend with a 2D boy," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. He knows." But he's always been my favorite, and I think it's just because he's just so proper and just when I first got the note, when I first got his guest note, and it was with cherry blossoms on it, that was a perk. He
Hmm.
clearly knows my favorite flower and interest. So I was like, okay, Susama, you're already on my good side. You win. And then when I actually did get to see the CG, which I won't spoil for anyone because it's just so good, you have to enjoy it, on your own. It's just what he said. Like, he's just so giving and how he's so eager and willing to help, not as a butler, but as a person. It actually kind of reaffirmed why I loved him so much. And
Hmm.
it may not stand out compared to the other senpais in the game. Like, it doesn't compare to maybe Yamato or maybe Suzuki or even Goat. And Ba was a very strong choice for me too, because once I finally saw Ba, I was like, "Yo, Ba, you need to take off that mask more often.
Right, right.
We could, do things non-animal related if you took that off your head." But he was just
You're
my
not into
person.
furries?
Well, I'm playing Animal Boyfriend. I don't know. I think I'm confused right now. I think I'm confused. But yeah, it was just I thought his was really well done. Currently in my current state for Notice Me Senpai, I'm currently on the last page now. For some reason, I still haven't unlocked Sensei's guest note yet. I'm still working on him. He takes forever, but a lot of the
Yeah.
2CG senpais I'm starting to unlock now, which I'm really excited about. And I already unlocked Cupid Senpai a while ago when the Valentine's Day event started, which I'm also really excited
Mm.
about, you guys, because after the 13th, which is this Sunday, we'll start getting our presents from all the senpai. So any senpai that you gave a Valentine's to, that what they're doing is they're going to be giving away different items for a cafe and a brand new cafe theme, which I thought was awesome. I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And I like how it looked too. So I was like, ooh, this is a really nice look. Like, I might actually keep this as a permanent look. Because the banana theme, I get it, but I wasn't in love with it. I'm not too in love with bananas or potassium, but I respect it. The monkey... Yamato, when he's just like playing and strumming the guitar behind the monkey, it looks like he's spanking the monkey, and that makes for the best screenshots you could ever post. I have a lot of those in my current folder.
I knew where you were going with that. I knew where you were going with that because for me, I have the fluffy white llama.
Oh, the alpaca?
Out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have that out, and when they stand behind it, it looks wrong because they're just standing behind it, moving their arms. And I was drinking the other night, and I was like, "Hey, Sab, what does this look like?" And he was like, "Please stop."
But you know what's also better?
Like, why do they?
But you know what's better though is like it leads to so many ideas, and of course you know what the obvious assumption is at first. But it's still so cute that you can't even be, like, lewd about it, because you're like, they're doing something but it's so cute. I can't even be mad.
Like, oh, yeah, my favorite is when they sit on the couches together, and it looks like they're holding hands. Like, that just, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, that makes me happy.
See, I would agree with that. I would agree with that until they release the banana couch. When you see two men on a banana... your thoughts start to wander. Like, literally, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, oh, wow. I thought at first it was a banana hammock. And I was like, oh, wow, banana hammock. And then I saw them on the couch. And I was like, oh, hey. All right, then. All right.
You got to embrace the banana.
Dude.
Embrace the banana pizza.
I literally took a picture of it. I sent it to Marissa. And I was like, yowie. And she just lost it. She's like... that's yaoi in its true essence. I'm glad you're enjoying this. But, well.
Did I ask you about, did I mention Conception 2? Because I wanted to ask you what you thought about it. Did I mention that I played that this week? No, you
didn't mention that game.
So, okay.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, because I'm curious. I want to hear. Since you saw me play it, I would like you to speak to it. But so it started Conception 2 this week on my live stream, which is a Vita and a 3DS game. I love it. It's a regular JRPG. It is Atlas, of course. So if you like Atlas, you'll probably like it. And it's very up their alley, kind of a weird story, but. You play the main character and you find out that you are God's gift. And you're sent here to save the world from monsters, but you're in school. It's like a military academy. And so you find out that because of your ether count, it's so high that you're going to have to classmate with your classmates. So it's called classmating. And so you go to the church ritual hall and you have a classmating session with one of the S-rank young ladies in the school, which aren't a lot, but they're there. And then you have star babies that are spirit warriors that you take into the dungeons to help fight with you. And they have different abilities, like some are tanks, some are healers, some are DPS. And then when they reach max level, you release them, that sounds silly, into the community. And they build shops and make your experience better in the game. You have more options to do things and stuff like that. So that's the gist of it. Now, pizza, you watched me play kind of the intro and the first introductory dungeon. What were your thoughts on it?
On the gameplay or the story?
All of it.
The gameplay, the actual dungeon RPG setup for it, I actually really, really enjoyed a lot. I thought that was actually really cool. It was reminiscent to me of the time when I played Persona. I think it was simply, it was done where, for maybe first-time RPG players, much like myself, Like, you can pick up the premise behind it, and it'll help you to learn to become a little more strategic as a player. I thought that was really cool. The story, well, it's interesting. What was his name? Mattel? I forget.
The priest.
Old guy Jenkins, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. But Materis, old man with the Fu Manchu,
The
creepiest
the
motherfucker.
priest, right?
Yo,
Right.
stranger danger from the get go. He's like, oh, I miss those days. I'll just be here in the corner watching behind a curtain. Don't mind the swooshing noise. Like, it was just so creepy. Matero the priest, yes. Matero is probably in some distant land a stranger, complete stranger danger. I think the story for it is okay. Like, I thought it was cool that they did the play on words like class mating and whatnot. But the game as a whole, for an RPG in my mind, it's complete fan service to the male demographic. I mean, I still enjoyed it and appreciated it because I like the different character types and whatnot. And I like the elements where you have to make certain choices to raise the S rank female students' affection up so that you can gain a closer bond with them. But it's complete fan service for dudes. It's complete fan service for dudes.
But it's very light compared to other games.
Oh yeah, I would
that
definitely
I've
agree. I would definitely agree. I don't think it's as heavy as the fan service that you would see in other games. I definitely was like, wow, this is every dude's dream is, I want to go to school and lay as many of my good-looking female students as possible. And then
Let me clarify.
but the babies they make too. It's like,
Go
we're
ahead.
not going to give you one baby. We're not going to give you one star baby. We're going to give you like 7. We're going to make her Octomom. And I was just like, wow. Like, you're throwing all the corners. So when you're actually doing the dungeon, it's like, okay, I have to move myself and my partner to this spot. Next, I have to move me and my 20 other kids to this spot. And I was just like, wow, that's a lot of kids. Like, that looks like one of my family reunions. Like, I was like, yo. But it was cool. It was definitely cool. And I liked the outfits that you give them, and I liked the different character roles. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, they actually these star children, like, they evolve. So once they get different roles, their outfits will change. So they have really cute like hairstyles and outfits and everything. And I like I like unconventional stories. And so this one really made me happy because it's so silly.
Yeah.
And when you do classmate, I remember when I first got the game, I like ripped it open. I was like, we're gonna see what this means. Like, do we get laid or, do we not really? And
It's your transformation sequence is getting laid.
yeah, it's a transformation sequence of hands interlocking and like a pink outline or a pink filled in figure of a female. So it's nothing really crazy.
It's not graphic at all.
Like,
No, it's a
no.
typical magical girl style transformation. And that was cool with me. I was just like, classmating. I see where this is going. And then you get with some dude's sister. You break the bro code. Or you can if you want to.
Well, you just met him, and he's like a douche anyway. So like, it's okay.
You can totally bang his sister. Don't worry about it.
I mean, his sister was way better of a person than he was. So,
I will
I
agree
mean,
with that.
he's like the comic relief.
I will say, though, the male protagonist is very visually appealing. I think with the, salt and pepper gray hair, with the teal colored eyes and the outfit and, how it coordinates with his outfit, I thought that was really nice. He visually appealing, I think he's stunning.
Yeah. There's actually a shower CG of him alone. And then there's also a CG and a scene where he's in a field. It's kind of it alludes to yaoi, and to the
Yes.
point where another main character calls in and alludes to yaoi. And so of course that was one of my favorite parts, and I have like 5 billion screenshots of that. So um yeah. So well, I was curious. So that I'm glad that you came by and gave it a chance. But yeah,
Yeah.
the gameplay is really fun for me. So, but so I know you played something for Pizza Plays, but I haven't kept up with what else you've been doing this week.
I did play Blood Code. I did do that.
Hmm.
I wrapped that up last week because just, preparing and getting everything ready. Um, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 14. Of course, I
Hmm.
played Animal Boyfriend. I had to take care of Samuel Chan, the cat boy, and I had to take care of all my senpais and Notice Me Senpai. But I picked up this game, which is very strong resemblance to Harvest Moon, called Stardew Valley. It came
Oh yeah,
out,
yeah, everybody's playing that.
yeah, it came out like maybe a week ago at this point, and I was like, what's the hype
Hmm.
behind this game? I hear Stardew Valley. My first immediate thoughts is, oh, stars, maybe it's something galaxy based. Dew, maybe it has to do with Korean skincare. Stardew Valley, maybe it's like Animal Crossing with Korean skincare and stars. So I was like, that's right up my alley. It's all in a name for me. But I picked it up and I started playing it. That game is so much fun. It's pretty much basically Harvest Moon, but it's such a good story. And the way the entire game begins, is that you get this letter from your grandpa who leaves his estate to you. And the letter it carried so much resonance for me because of what I've been going through personally in my life, just making all these dramatic changes, leaving the busy hubbub of New York City and, retreating back to my native roots here in Pennsylvania and just doing it for my own happiness and just living my life the way I see fit. The letter just that was enough to strike a chord in me, and I was like, okay, now I really got to play this game. And so you play the game and you start working on your farm and you start, learning how to build and get supplies and craft. And then you have to go around the town and meet the villagers. I met a man. His name is Sebastian. We met at the arcade.
I love this story already, just how you started.
Because literally, I got lost because I don't know how the fuck to operate my energy or my HP level. Because, I try to water as many plants as possible and then, take care of whatever business I need to take care of. I need to meet the fisherman, I'll meet the fisherman. And there's some guys there, and again, the object of the game, and I wasn't even considering this when playing because I didn't think you could do it. You can date and marry the single people that you play in the game, regardless of gender. And I didn't know that at first.
Really?
Me and Chestnut were talking about it. I'm like, yeah, I guess it's like Harvest Moon, except you can't marry or have relationships. And then my own boyfriend, Samodian, was like, oh no, you can date and marry them. I'm like, see, this is how you're never going to see me anymore because now I'm going to play Stardew Valley. And all he could say was, I'll miss you. He's like, I'll miss you. And I'm like, I'll cherish the good times that we had. I'll look at pictures often. So I went through, I met Sebastian. Sebastian has the shaggy emo haircut. He lives in the basement of a house, of the blacksmith's house, and he works on computers and stuff. And I was like, him. I want him. Right here, right now. That's my target. I'm going to capture it. And I mean, there were other options in the game. There was Elliot, who's this really smug kind of guy with long Fabio looking hair. And there was Alex, who was the first dude I met, which he just reminded me of Ash Ketchum. And I was like, Ash Ketchum. And then there's this asshole dude at the bar who is a complete sundeer bitch, and all he does is drink. He's just mean to you and drinks. He doesn't even want to be your friend. So his ass went out the door. I was like, fuck you then. You can't even come to my farm. Screw you. Sheep Latte Farm, you are not welcome there. But Sebastian was nice to me. He was like, yeah, you can play video games. Do you want some cola? And I was like, I want you. I want you, Sebastian. So
Nice.
I was working on that. But from the time I bought it, literally 5 hours just went by. Completely just past me. Like, it's a complete time sink. You lose. I didn't even realize that it was evening by the time I was done playing, and I had to start getting ready. And I was like, shit, I didn't realize I played for that long. And then when you stop playing for like 20 to 25 minute intervals, like, you start getting withdrawals. You're like, I just want to go check on my farm. I just want to make sure that, I just want to make sure that the plants are okay. Are my parsnips okay? Is Sebastian okay? Is he missing me? Like, I'm missing him. So I'm going to pick it up again this weekend and forget that I'm in a relationship and my poor boyfriend's going to be sad because I'm playing Stardew Valley.
Uh-oh, you see that?
Oh!
Sebastian yesterday. Sick burn. Sick burn.
For your farm. It's Sebastian for my farm. We can all have a Sebastian. I'm going to be like Oprah. You get a Sebastian and you get a Sebastian. Everyone gets a Sebastian. But yeah, Sebastian, he's totally husbando material. So I'm gonna tap that. I'm going to tap that good. But yeah, so. And now I'm going to pick up Fire Emblem Fates for Jacob. Do I pick up Conquest or Birthright?
Start with Birthright. And just play as a female, and he'll be your butler. Birthright is recommended for beginners and new people to the series, so
okay.
I would pick up Birthright. Revelation, all of them are out. So there's Birthright, Conquest, and Revelations came out yesterday. I would start with Birthright. That's what I'm starting out with, and I'm enjoying it, and it's not too difficult because it's a different kind of game than I usually play. Mm-hmm. So definitely Birthright.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. So I'll pick that up tonight so I can get in on Jacob real fast. Smashy, he's not taken. Daiko married her farm or his farm Sebastian. I'm gonna marry my Sebastian. So I am gonna tap that video. Jesus Christ. I didn't know what the noise was at first. I thought he was choking on a lollipop. Because at first it sounded like he was in pain. And then the CG appeared. And then I went, oh no. I was wrong. It's a great video. But, oh my god. We still have to talk about our pizza plays and sushi plays. Yeah, real quick, guys. I did do my pizza plays of Locke from Blood Code. It is a son of a bitch of a route. I think I went towards the hardest route first for me. I should have just gone with Christ. Like, I should have known better to just go with Christ. But I definitely don't think from where I ended, I don't think I have a good ending coming my way. I think I only grabbed 2 CGs. I messed up during one of the months, and I want to say it's a spring month. I think it was May. I'm not going to say how, because I think it's actually a potential spoiler, so I'll leave it at that. But there's an event that occurs in May, and I tried to facilitate the situation to the best of my ability. And in the process of doing that, I think I accidentally dicked myself over. And for that reason, I think that's why I have the bad ending with Locke. And I didn't think that you could do that. And I was like, I thought I was just helping, because I've done it before in other Otomes, and it's always worked to my benefit. It's a very different beast of a game. But I did really good on maxing out his affection, and I think I was either near close to maxing it out or I had maxed it out. But it doesn't change the fact that I still fucked up that one event, which I think was in May, because I got to the point where I was going to the dance in, I think, October, and he didn't ask me to go with him. I was hoping he would, and he didn't ask me. I was pretty bummed. I was like, all right, Locke, I'll go with Christ instead.
I'll take you.
Thanks.
I'll take you pizza.
Take me to the dance. I was so bummed out. I was like, no, why? Why would you take... I really think I fucked it up because of what I did in May. I don't know. It was a very upsetting thing. And I really like Locke. Like, I really like Locke. So it was just it was a high school rejection for me. It was a high school rejection. I felt like it was 16 Candles and Jake Ryan just did not acknowledge my existence. Like, that's the way it felt. I was just like,
You know, that's a good thing that maybe we can talk about next week is like getting a bad ending when like, when you really like the character. You know what I mean? Like how that I think you touched on something important. Like we do need to talk about that
handling the
at some point.
rejection handling the rejection of a bad
Yeah.
ending route. People need to recognize that when you do get a bad ending, which I promise you, in all my years of playing Otome games, at least 90% of the time, if not 85-90% of the time, my first blind route, without fail, my blind route is always going to be a bad ending. And that's just because you don't know anything about the character and you don't know anything about the route.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get discouraged about it, so don't be discouraged. That's definitely, I think, a good piece for us to discuss in an upcoming episode. But yeah, me and Locke didn't work out. Probably because Christ was cock blocking me too. I don't even know. Christ was a bit of a cock block. He, everything about that damn fucking store, it was so annoying. And I apologize because I actually ended up going against my own Otome rules, and I actually started playing different saves with different routes that I was working on. So if I actually mismatched, like events occurring, but I'm pretty sure I'm on track with that one. I know I fucked up what I think in May. I'm pretty sure I fucked up with Locke in May, and I think it was him that didn't ask me to the dance or ask me to dance, and I was really bummed about it. But because of the time constraints for me this week now, because I have a job, I am going to be going back to doing pizza plays with mobile Otome games, and I actually put up a poll on my Twitter just around when the show started too. You forgot to do it.
I'm not doing that now or anything.
Okay. Well, I put up the Shall We Date Arabian Dreams game. I've really, really been enjoying that game, of course, because Zia is a cat boy. I didn't put Zia as a choice, though, but there are other choices for me to choose from. So if you head on over to twitter.com/pizzamaid, help me choose, you guys, who I should be romancing in this week's pizza plays. And I can work on that during my lunch break. It's nice. I have a nice little courtyard with benches and stuff. So I sit down and I play my games and I catch up on text before I have to go back into work. So definitely let me know, guys, what you think with that. And I know Sushi's hard at work on that right now. Oh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, I'll keep talking so you can type. I got you.
Okay.
Let's take a look here and see what's going on right now in chat. Xander will always be up. There's Xander talk. There's Odin and Laszlo talk. This has got to be complete. I think this is Fire Emblem Husbandos talking. I love that an RPG game is building husbandos out the woodwork, because now you guys are getting me all excited about, getting my love on with Jacob. So, listen, the Ninja Twins are just A++. Wow. So wait, you can go after twins in this game too? Because I'd be all about that if you could. Is that an option? I wasn't aware, but I'm really excited now. Now I'm gonna have to totally play Fire Emblem Birthright. Right? Fire Emblem Birthright. I can do that. I don't have a female choice yet. I don't have a female lead choice. I think it's just me. Can I customize my character avatar in Fire Emblem?
Yes, very much so.
Ooh.
Very much so. And they're adorable.
Really?
They're adorable.
All right.
My avatar on Twitter is Princess Nanako. That's what she looks like.
Ah, okay. Maybe I'll update my avatar with the Fire Emblem character. I've been really wanting to play an RPG for a bit, so maybe I'll get started. Maybe that'll be my go-to one. But yeah. So that's about that.
Okay,
You good?
I'm good.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry about it. How
Professional.
you are. You are sushi senpai. Oh, well, how was your sushi place?
Um, so yeah, let's talk about that. So I finished Hayabusa, talked about him last week. And it was very much like I predicted and like we talked about, so I won't go over a lot of it that much. He is your childhood friend that you rediscover that has was forced to become a gentleman of the night due to the island.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it starts off with a lot of language errors, but then towards the halfway to the end, you don't really notice as many errors. When I left it off before, I left it off as a cliffhanger that like some of your actions at the beginning of the game were looking like it was going to come back and affect you in the game. It kind of does, but it kind of affects someone else a little bit more than you, and then it's kind of neatly resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will say it's a very sweet, safe route. I would recommend this route for new Otome players, or people that enjoy a lot less lewdness. This was very, childhood sweethearts kind of thing. I guess what I would imagine. There is compared to the other gentlemen in the game, this guy is very different. And I came up with a play order, and we can talk about that. But I will acknowledge what Smashy says. Yeah, so Catmaid is probably not here tonight because they died during the stream. They got so sexually frustrated with that route because we couldn't get laid. Like nothing would happen. Halfway through, we got a kiss, but no CG of that kiss. And
Sushi,
at
you
that point,
killed
from that moment
Catmaid?
on,
You killed our own
I
viewer?
didn't do it. It was the game.
We made her.
I
We
didn't
made her a mod, and you killed her. You killed our
literally
mod.
by the end of the stream, all I saw them say was, "That guy's unfuckable." Like that's all they were saying, like, over and over and over. They were so sexually frustrated. I had to take them back through CGs of other routes where we got laid to like calm them down. It
I
was bad.
I love Catmaid
Um,
because Catmaid gets so invested into the routes. When we had the late night stream and we did Aroha together, and we had that like startling spoiler right there, literally, I thought Catmaid was broken. They were like, I don't know if I can keep going. I was like, Are you gonna be okay? So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be okay. We have. I think we're gonna stop here for the night. I was like, okay, okay. I love Catmaid. I love Catmaid.
so I would say I can see why a lot of people do enjoy this route. It is very clean. There's only a light hint of lewdness, and that is much more towards the end. It kind of gives more of a story about the island as well. So I think it's a good place to start. So my play order would probably be now, I haven't finished the game. I still have two more routes to do, but I did want your input on this as well, Pizza.
Mm.
I would say do Hayabusa first,
Mm-hmm.
Kagura, Tokiwa, Takeo, and then Aurora in that order. But I haven't done Junior yet. Kaguru, I haven't played his route yet.
I would definitely agree. Hayabusa first. I would say Tokiwa second. Takao third. Kageru, Kagura, Iroha. Just because. Oh no, I guess Tokiwa. Tokiwa should probably be closer to Kagura. So maybe Hayabusa. I actually have to see Takao because I don't remember the entire Takao story when I was playing it. But Hayabusa, Takao, Kageru, Tokiwa, Kagura. Just based on content. I mean, I'm not even including the CGs in this.
Yeah.
And then Aroha has to be last.
Yeah.
Aroha has to be last. There's just no way. Aroha fucking breaks you. Just breaks you. Like, snaps you.
So on that note, I now, thanks to Pizza for keeping me in check, I now have a poll up on my Twitter, and you can go there and vote for which route. Either I finished Aurora's route
Mm-hmm.
or I start Junior's route. And you guys kind of know how I feel about Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but I'll do whatever. I'm excited to see what happens with Junior. I don't want to call him Junior anymore, so I'm excited for that route. Um, so yeah, go vote. And then I may not be able to stream them because work is really crazy right now. So, but I will definitely play them by next week.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, that was my Let's Play.
That's cool. No, that's actually really cool. I'm kind of interested to see what you think of Kageru. I haven't touched Kageru yet, and I will say I'll probably be going into that route with reservations. Again, one because of Kagura and the history that I know with Kagura,
Mhm.
and probably two for the fact that he is the junior that we've come to affectionately call him. I don't really do a lot
Sorry.
of young. No, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a trope that you do deal with in Otomes, where you deal with the very young adolescent type. In Kind, Love, and Punish, I think it was okay because he was a Neko cat made samurai, and I was okay with that. But in most routes, I don't usually go for the young, innocent type. I think it's for that. I think it's for that reason alone too, where I'm a little apprehensive of Impy in Code Realize because I think he is that very young, kind of excited type. But I'm always will. I'll
Yeah.
definitely give it a shot. I'll always give it a fair assessment, and give it a chance. So we'll see. Maybe I like him young. I don't know. We'll find out. um, but yeah. Did we want to discuss? Did we want to discuss the streaming from an iPad this week, or did we want to hold that for another?
I just wanted to add on, if you guys made it through the episode last week where we talked about streaming,
Uh huh.
I don't know the full process and I apologize, but I did want to interject that you can stream from your iPad to your computer. I assume that there will have to be a video capture card involved in that,
Mm-hmm.
but I just wanted to throw that out there as an addition to last week. So that's all.
Okay, so there are tons of different options as to where you guys can stream from devices that aren't just your computer if you wanted to stream Otome games. Of course, with permission. Always ask permission first because we always want to
Right.
support the developers, whether they be indie or AAA, but we always want to make sure that we have the thumbs up from them. We were talking about this in the beginning of the show as well. Animal Boyfriend, Emma. Emma knows. I found it by accident, but Emma knew about it before I did. Oh, Flan even gave a good personal list too. Hayabusa, Kageru, Tokiwa, Kagura, Takao, and Iroha. That's actually a really, really good personal
I
list.
like that.
Yeah, I would
I like
agree with
that
that as
list.
well. Definitely Hayabusa first, Kageru, Tokiwa, Kagura, Takao, Iroha. Yeah. I would actually
Hmm.
I would actually lean to say that's probably a little better. I would definitely lean for
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Um, and it's great too because I'm seeing a lot of people who are just kind of introducing themselves into Otome games. They are leaning towards the Hayabusa route, so I feel like they have a good primer. Like it's a good base to start from.
Hmm.
And not everybody's. And the thing I always try to remember with Otomes is that you know what I mean. There's so many different subgenres and subsects within Otomes that you could have the slice of life, really fun, cutesy Otomes, and then you can have your darker ones that are complete mindfuck, and then you can have your really lewd ones that you get awesome YouTube links from. So I think it's
Right.
the Men of Yoshiwara I find to be a great game because I think it caters to all those styles within their own routes alone. So definitely Men of Yoshiwara, you guys do a great job about that. Please release Men of Yoshiwara to Ogiya now. I would like that right now.
Please,
Please. Please.
please.
Please. Just give me an update on something. Just let me know when it's coming out. Just call me. Call me. Um, but we did also want to talk about Animal Boyfriend and Dream Girlfriend. I had. Did I mention it in the show 2 weeks ago? I don't recall if I did or not. I know I mentioned it briefly, maybe. I don't.
I think so.
I may have briefly mentioned it where it reminds me a lot of, if you guys are familiar with the Tamagotchis or the Digipets. Animal Boyfriend is a different stylized form of a Tamagotchi. The only thing is you don't have to clean up your boyfriend's shit. I don't even know if he shits because he's, 2D boyfriend. But I stumbled across the game. I stumbled across the game online after first checking out Dream Girlfriend. And I wanted to try out Dream Girlfriend because I just wanted to make an anime-looking avatar of Pizza Maid, of Rue. And in finding out that Dream Girlfriend exists, I found out that there was a sister game to it called Animal Boyfriend. And much to my surprise, I didn't realize that it had such a long, a big dedicated following. And the more that I looked into it, the more I found out that there's people that are really devoted. Like there's wikis and sites and page reviews on how to work on certain levels
Really?
and how to... Oh, yeah. I found, and the reason I specifically looked into it was because, the premise of the game is that you go into like this program where it's like an animal student laboratory. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, and that's where you get to choose, which animal you want to develop. And the hopes of it, the premise of the game is that you guys eventually will fall for each other, or he'll fall for you and become your boyfriend. And you can choose from a cat, you could choose from a dog, you could choose from a bunny, you could choose from a wolf, you could choose from a fox. I believe it's those 5 choices you can make. So, me being me, I wanted a cat boy, because I like cats, I like boys, I like cat boys. And that was where Samo-chan was born. And I thought for free, I was like, let's, for shits and giggles, let's give it a shot. I didn't think I would actually stick with it, but I'm about 2 weeks in now, and I'm still playing the game religiously every day. So I really, really enjoy it. There's a gacha machine that you can just, if you get a free gacha play, if you don't want to play with actual real-time currency, you could do, I think daily, one free gacha play machine, and you can get some nice outfits. You can also customize your animal boyfriend with specific hair, specific eyes, specific outfit, background, accessories, and monthly, or maybe it's...
try and show you mine. I don't know if you can see Takashi. Can you see him?
I think I
have
can.
A delay.
I have Samo-chan currently... Let's see. I currently have him... Oh, I got the login bonus reward. Oh, he's sleeping. Let's wake him up. I had him take a nap. I currently did the current event that's going on right now, which is like the Sweet Artisan set. So I have him in this cute little cafe outfit with a beautiful egg dish in front of me. It's pretty cool. I'm dying to change his hair, though. And the only premise I wanted was I want it to somewhat resemble my own Samo-chan, my real-life boyfriend, so that, whenever he's busy at work or at game night, I could just go, oh, where's my boyfriend? Oh, there he is. Just for shits and giggles. I thought it'd be fun for laughs. So I did it. And, of course, him being him, he's like, well, now I'm going to make my own Pizza Maid. So he ended up downloading Dream Girlfriend. And apparently, according to him, I'm a mermaid that sits under the stars. I was like, fair enough. I'll give you that. But, there's a lot of differences between Animal Boyfriend and Dream Girlfriend, and it's something that we did want to touch on today. The games are popular, but I feel that one gets a little more preferential treatment than the other, and I have my reasoning for it. I kind of took notes about it when I first started playing. When I started with Dream Girlfriend first, a lot of the player interactions that I was receiving, like just advice from people giving recommendations to certain outfits and certain styles, the names that were appearing in front of me were guys, and the names that were appearing in front of me were also females. So I was like, okay, so it's got a mixed audience for it. Animal Boyfriend, I think, is purely women. I have yet to come across anything even giving me a semblance of a male person just telling me, you should try out this outfit, he'll really like it. So I feel like Animal Boyfriend is definitely marketed and targeted towards a female audience, whereas I think Dream Girlfriend just in its graphic style and how it's presented, I think it's definitely kind of towards all audiences. And Emma, please let me know if, your thoughts on this as well. Um, I wish I could say that I love the gameplay for both of them, but and mind you, I have an iPhone 6 and it's sometimes just hard because the loading screen and just for things to come through just sometimes takes a little longer than others, and that's probably just a developer like bug glitch or whatever. So I have a slight little like that's a bit of a con for me, but the game in and of itself, as I explain the story, I think the story for it's actually really cute. I actually liked it a lot. If you play Dream Girlfriend, the premise behind Dream Girlfriend is that you are this person whose phone broke, and you went to this phone store and was given a free phone. Little do you know that this isn't just your ordinary AT&T or Verizon. This is a magical AT&T and Verizon, and you're given a magical phone, which gives you your own girlfriend inside the phone, and you can make your girlfriend any way you like. If anybody's ever watched the anime Future Diary, my immediate fear just started to just like it triggered something because I was like, oh my god, Yuno Gasai's on my phone. Yuno's on my phone. Oh my god, she's gonna start killing motherfuckers for me. Like it's gonna be Bad News Bears. I'm gonna have a yandere girlfriend. That was my first immediate thought. So I'll be honest, that's not what happens. But I laugh at it now. But in the beginning, I was legitimately afraid. I was waiting for it to be like, I would die for you, and then her whip out like a machete from the back. But it's a good story as well. I think that story's been done before. I mean, considering I already referenced Future Diary, but it's still a cute story nonetheless. And all the activities of what you can do in the games, they're a lot of fun. I'm curious to ask you, Sushi, what is it that actually piqued your interest to try out the game? Because, I mean, I could only say so much in suggesting the game. What was it that led you to want to try it?
Um, well, there are set times at work where I may have a break, and I don't play a lot of mobile games on my phone. I just can't get into a lot of them. So Notice Me Senpai takes 10 seconds to refill the coffee and see if I got anything, and then I gotta wait. So I was like, one day I had a little bit of time, and I was like, well, I'll just download it and see what it is. And like I said, for me, I don't even remember the story. I don't know anything behind it other than I have to make Takashi happy all the time. Like, it has really struck like an emotional chord in me.
Yeah.
Not to where it's like, even in a Tome thing, like, I feel like he's this innocent little thing, and I have to, like, if he's sad, it really bothers me. Like, yesterday, he was in a bad mood all day, and I was like, I'm going to buy you this. We're going to study. We're going to work. We're going to go sing songs together. And it just really tore at me. So when I open up my phone at work and I'm killing some time and I see that he's smiling and happy and blushing, I'm like, oh, that's great. I kind of get warm and fuzzy, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And then I close it. I have not tried out the Dream Girlfriend. I asked Smashy to try it out for me, and he said that he had some problems loading it and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
himself. Um, but for me, Animal Boyfriend has just kind of, it's weird. I don't know if it's because I can dress him up, and I like I change his backdrop, so I feel like he's traveling,
Mm-hmm.
and like I like to I like to dress him up and like with stuffed animals and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Like, and I have the long hair like you do, but I have the black hair, but I'm not high enough of a level to wear it yet.
That's the same thing for
So,
me too.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, so I like logging in and shopping for him. And, maybe that's something, I don't know, maybe some Otome games have that, but that would be great is if you could take like the good route, you get him, and then you could take him shopping and like dress him up and all this stuff. Um, I'm trying to avoid spending real money on Takashi, so I feel bad because when we can stop talking, I have to stop talking because I'm not spending money. on stuff right now like
Yeah.
that. So I like it. It's a nice, quick, but not super quick time killer for me, and I'm really invested in his happiness, apparently. Like it's really important to me. So
You do. You get emotionally hooked to him, and you don't know how to handle when he's upset. Like I don't know how to handle when he's sad. When he gives me the pout, I'm fucked. I'm just broken. I'm like, "Oh no."
yeah,
So,
yeah. But I like it. I would encourage if you're interested, just give it a shot. I mean, it's free. I haven't had any trouble on my phone since downloading it. There's a lot of people involved. Um, I really like it. I would say if you like Atome or if anything we've said is interest you, I would just, give it a shot and, have fun dressing up a 2D guy,
yeah,
you know.
it's a game that the lack of using using real currency won't gate you from a lot of things. It will take you a
Yeah.
little longer, but it won't gate you from the property of doing certain things, which I think is pretty cool. And the system that they have implemented with the status is that when you have him study and when you have him work, you're building up specific stats so that you can make your animal boyfriend a specific type. On a random whim, I asked Sam, I said, just give me two random numbers between 1 and 16, any two numbers. And he gave me 5 and 12. And so I think that ended up making Samo-chan an animal boyfriend, I believe, composed and cute, or composed and fresh. I don't remember.
Hmm.
Oh God, Catmaid's alive! Catmaid
You're
lives!
alive, Kat.
Yay!
I
Hi
was telling
Cat.
them about your sexually frustrating moment in Hayabusa and your famous quote that I'm giving to you that I would type and quote you, but I'm not right now. But that man's unfuckable. So welcome, Kat. I'm glad you are alive. I thought my stream had killed you. So
And yet you live. Congrats, Cat. Um, shit, I forgot what I was saying. You can have different types. There you go. Back on track. God, this cold medicine sucks. You can have different types in this game. So you can actually make your animal boyfriend a Sundir, naughty guy. I didn't even know that naughtiness was an option until I saw it. But I think you can make him like, not sexy or playboy. I forget what the other types were, but you can give him two types. And even after a certain point, you can have more than one animal boyfriend. I don't think I'm ready to reach that point. I don't think I'm
yeah,
ready to have an animal boyfriend harem. I feel like I need to dedicate my time to my one true cat boy. But it's cool that those options are there, and
I'm ready.
you're right. You're like, I got this. It's in the bag. I got this. It's a fun game, and it's a game that, you know what I mean. It passes the time, and you don't have to check it out. And I think I don't want to compare it to Notice Me Senpai because I think they're two genuinely different games. But with Notice Me
Yeah,
Senpai, where you're checking that out periodically during the day, you can set your animal boyfriend to work or study for 3 hours and just know that, okay, he's okay. I'll get back to him in 3 hours and I can check on him then, which is basically what I do. Like, I've actually started working on a schedule where my work, I set him, to work and
yeah.
study before I go into work, and then during my lunch break, all is right. I can make sure he's okay. We talk a little bit. We do a little bit of socializing so we can get some gin, and then, back to work he goes, and back to work I go. And I think that's cool. I think that's really great. Um, so it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't consider it a temporary solution to not having a boyfriend. I hope no one takes this game seriously because, one, they're
Yeah.
animals. And two, I'd like to permanently have his cat ears show, but apparently I think that's a premium function. His cat ears will only show when he's low on rest and he's tired and whatnot. And it's apparently not good when he goes into animal form.
Yeah.
So I try to keep him away from that. But I like that he's an animal. I'm actually curious, what animal did you choose for your boyfriend and why?
I went with the fox, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not a dog person, so I didn't do that. Wolf seemed, I don't, just too, I don't know. too wolfy, I guess. Um, I don't know. I liked the fox idea. There was one Otome game that I played where they were like mythical kind of creatures, and the fox route I thought I would like, but I didn't. But I took a second chance on the fox guy, and it fits Takashi. It fits who he is,
Mm-hmm.
his personality. So
Yeah.
I didn't really have a motive. It just jumped out at me.
Yeah. And they were all,
Really.
and it's nice that they actually. It's really cool because in the beginning of the game, when you choose your first animal in as a boyfriend, they make strong resemblances to the animal that they are, and I was really excited. I guess maybe I'm a simple person where when I have one thing that I like, I just don't really ever change it. But going for a cat was a natural decision for me. I like cat boys, and I was like, we're gonna do this. Totally gonna work on that. The thing that does suck about this game, though, and Emma, you can let me know if I'm wrong about this, but I can't. I don't have a friends list, so I can't visit your animal boyfriend, and I can't visit Emma's animal boyfriend, and that kind of does make me sad. I wish that was
Yeah.
implemented in the game somewhere. If they ever, decide to do that, that'd be great. But if you truly do want to learn more about the game, I mean, it's as simple as, for me, I just Googled animal boyfriend, types or animal boyfriend reviews, and I just read up on Tumblrs and just web pages that folks dedicated to their animal boyfriend. And some of them are just so crazy and like they're super good and detailed that I'm like, shit, I'm like an amateur. I'm a complete noob in Animal Boyfriend. That I started like planning out, like, with the money that I gain little by little from just doing certain things. Like, I know I want to give him a cafe backdrop. I know I want him to be in a butler outfit. I know I want him to have this specific hair. I know that I want him to have these specific eyes. Things like that. So
Mhm.
little things like that. I definitely want to make him a beautiful cafe butler. So, cafe butler, cafe butler. Yeah. Ta-da. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So, if you guys do want to check it out, I don't know if it's available for Android, but I want to say it is. I definitely know though for the iOS, just look up Animal Boyfriend and you can find it on there. And for folks that also want to try out Dream Girlfriend, like Emma and myself, you can also look up the same thing. It's the same company. It's called Povacon. I forget what the name of the company is right now. That's horrible of me. I apologize, you guys. I'll tell you right now what it is. But what is it called? What is it called? Let's see here. Ambition. I was way off. Completely off. It's from it's from a developer called Ambition. You can pick up both Dream Girlfriend and Animal Boyfriend. So definitely check it out and enjoy. And as for us this week, we also wanted to pick up where we left off from last week, and we wanted to let you guys know about our screenshots of the week that we had collected, because we had some good ones that we wanted to share with you guys. So I'm actually going to bring this over to the screenshots portion. I don't know which one's which, so Sushi, you can let me know which ones you submitted. I know which one I submitted.
Okay.
And we also got a submission from Lady Renike on Twitter. So this first one that's coming up is from the men of Yoshiwara of Hayabusa. He sucked on it.
Okay, so that would be mine. That was mine. That was mine. That was totally mine. I had to take the lewdness where I could get it, and that was just one of the random times. It had nothing naughty was going on, but I had to make it lewd because that route is very clean. So I had to take that, and I had to share it um, because it was great. Like who stopped? Who did that sentence and did not like they could have expanded another sentence or added candy onto it or something.
You know what?
But no.
It would be great if they gave him a lollipop and
Right?
Because honestly, with no premise or with no like context, provided, I'm just gonna assume he's holding a dildo in his hand and it's he sucked on it. Like
Right.
that's really all I'm thinking of here. So
And
yeah,
guys, for those of you, we will put these on our Tumblr, so you can check that out, um, there. But
yeah.
yeah,
And
but
these
that's all I had to contribute on this one.
well, these are all again the Men of Yoshiwara CGs. It just wound up this week that we had from or continued from 2 weeks ago. We all just happened to have a whole lot of Men of Yoshiwara ones. So I think these next two then come from Lady Renike, and it was from Hayabusa. If you guess wrong, then you have to take them home. I'll give you some candy as a booby prize.
That was mine. That was mine.
Nope. Still sushi. What's a booby prize?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, we're sitting there in his room and he's like feeding me candy. That's actually real candy. It's called Comfit candy, COMFIT candy. It's real. Like, we looked it up.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay. I think I've
and
heard
we
of
had to
it.
guess which hand he had it in. And I don't know what a booby prize is, but I'm immature, so I had to take it and
I
share
don't,
it with
I know what a
everyone.
booby trap is, but I don't know what a booby prize is. Like is it a surprise prize? Like a surprise trap or like a predetermined trap? A fake prize?
Smashy says a fake prize, maybe? Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Like a booby trap. Don't. I don't know. Hayabusa, you
So
scared?
yeah.
Oh no, I don't think these are the Lady Renike ones. Oh no, I'm missing hers. Cause this next one's yours. I don't even want to show it, but
Look
I
at
did. Oh no, maybe this is her, or was this you?
what is it? I can't see it yet.
Oh okay. It's coming up now.
Okay.
It's it's another CG. I don't know if this was you or not.
Well, um, I don't know. I can't. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I think that's
is that Renike's?
yeah, no, that's me. That's me.
Can you forgive me for wanting to check if you were still pure?
So he wanted to make sure that we were untouched by the other men of Yoshiwara, but he didn't want to do anything physical because it's Hayabusa and he is very respectful like that. But it was just one of those things where I was so starved for the lewd that I just had to. Cat will back me up. I'm not a bad person.
No one thinks you're bad. This is a safe Atome circle, Sushi. No one is judged or criticized here. The only person being judged and criticized is Hayabusa because he is unfuckable. He is unfuckable. But now, wait, did
Well,
we?
I mean,
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
he is if you're into that type. But Cat was very, very upset very upset by the end of the round.
Well, wait,
It was hilarious.
did we even show his CG of his eyes? I think we did, right? Did we do that?
No,
Oh, I thought we
I don't
did.
know.
I don't remember. Because I thought that's what this image was, and then I got really scared for a second. That he showed his fly eyes. His fly eyes. But you know what? I'm going to give him a fighting chance. I still have to do the route myself. I'm probably not going to enjoy it as much as I would the other routes, but he can still check if I'm still
See,
pure.
it is a good route, and I'm not trying to put it down because I know like Chestnut really likes Hayabusa.
Yeah.
And And I'm not beating him up at all. I think it is a good route. It's just we all have our types.
Hmm.
And like we talked about last week, and this we kind of alluded to on Twitter, is for some reason I don't give these routes the same chance that I do the others for some reason with the childhood friends, and that's on me. Like that's just how I approach it, and I'm trying to do better.
I
But I
am.
can't lie and say that I wasn't a little frustrated by this route, but I think it is a good introduction. And if you don't like the lewdness in Otome games, this one is right up your alley. Like it's very sweet in that way.
Yeah, no, I'm complete agreement with you. I don't give the childhood routes the chance that they deserve. And as the reasons that I stated in the last episode, I don't know how to break somebody out of a familial bond. That's just that's a personal thing with me. Like whether obviously I'm not related to them, but just the big brother little brother types have never really boded well with me in games, and that's I think because of my own personal character, that once I see you as a familial figure, if I see you like a close brother, I can't view you as anything else. So these types just never seem to make sense to me in that regard. So I completely
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from with that. And I don't think lewdness, I don't think it's a bad thing to enjoy lewd things either. I think it's perfectly fine to, enjoy some of the, good stuff too.
Yeah, I just want to say that Chestnut, because I know you listen every week and you're really awesome. Um, I appreciate you helping me find out that I don't treat these routes the same because I am working on that and it is a good route and I'm glad that you like it. And I hope you don't take any of this negativity that or any of this in a negative way because you drew attention to how I need to do better in certain routes. So I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to drop that in there.
Chestnut is awesome. Chestnut
Great.
is definitely a good
Yes.
egg. Um, how does he check if you're still pure? Now that's actually a legitimate question that I want to know. Is does he check if you're still pure with, like, giving you the candy, or is that a spoiler?
I don't remember. But it's nothing. I think he just kind of there's a lot of going back and forth in dialogue between the two of them, a lot of questions that they ask each other that are the same. So I think he's assuming that maybe she's been there before or she's going to start going there a lot, and he doesn't want anyone else to see her. And I don't really remember the situation, but it's nothing like the CG alludes to, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Okay. I was curious about that
Yeah.
because I know that we just talked about the booby prize, and I was just like, oh, was this where the candy game
Yeah.
came from? And I'm like, I'm not sure. Um, the last one was the one that I submitted, and I don't think this is a spoiler. Did you finish the Aroha route?
No, not yet, but it's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's not a spoiler at all, but it was watching localization at its finest when you know what they're trying to say and what ends up coming out is an entirely different thing, and it changed the whole context of the sentence. This was my favorite screenshot from when I had done the Aroha route,
Hmm.
and it should be loading. I apologize. There's a delay. I forget. Catmaid might have been with me when this happened, or I might have actually had to experience this alone. But all I know is that when I actually saw this, I laughed way too hard, and it's just because my juvenile side came out, and I was just like, ah, shit. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, they couldn't spell check. Ah, it's Aroha at his finest. So
Oh my goodness.
I was like,
Oh, look at him all dressed up.
he dresses up really well. Me and Catmaid were pleased when we saw him dressed up. But if it's the fist time. So There's no price charged for it. The fist time is, the fist time. It is what it is. I just remember
I don't
being.
like the fist time. I
I literally had to stop like for a good 2 minutes of the stream, and I'm just like, I just need to take a second to reflect on this. And literally, that was the first thing. I was just like, oh my god, it's the fist time. Yeah, Cat made what I remember with you with Iroha was the huge plot twist that we both went, oh shit, and then we had to stop playing shortly after that because we couldn't continue the storyline with what we knew. That was that. And I don't know if you were with me for the last portion of that stream, but it's the fist time. So, guys, instead of beer o'clock, it's the fist time. That's all I gotta say about that. Um, Definitely, guys, also as well, while we're mentioning it, and I'm going to come back here to the main screen here. If you guys do have any screenshots that you think are hilarious, whether they be cute, whether they be funny, whether they be crass, whether they be whatever you want them to be, ones that just stick out in your mind to you, submit them to us. Send them to us on Twitter, or you can send them to us on the CB Heroines Twitter, and we will get them up for the next episode's screenshots of the week, because we enjoy putting these out there because there's some great ones that just kind of get missed in the shuffle, and we want to highlight them and just have a good laugh about them. Definitely,
Yeah, and
definitely, definitely.
Rennick, we'll put yours up next week for sure. 2 weeks ago we had some slight errors, so but we'll make sure that we have those. And I know she submitted like rows and rows of them, so we will have plenty of CGs for a long time. So thank you.
Yes, yes. Um, One last topic that we wanted to discuss. Sushi, should we discuss this one this week? What do you think?
I say we give a teaser to next week.
All right. We'll definitely give this one as a teaser to next week. This is a topic that I had noticed someone within the community talking about, and it was something that struck very, very hard to me. Being that I'm home now and being around my family is now seeing all facets and all sides of me, and they also see my love of Atomes. And how people react to an Atome enthusiast or a fan, it could garner mixed responses. It could be really, really supportive, or it could be less than supportive. So we want to talk about and dive into that next week. Maybe we'll give this out to you guys and the viewers. Just let us know and give us your thoughts, and we'll discuss it in next week's episode. I'm curious to ask, for your significant others, your family, your closest friends, how did they feel and react when they found out that you were a lover of Atome? And, if it was a less than stellar response, I'm curious to see how you combated through it, or if it's still a recurring issue, because, again, you shouldn't be ashamed of something that you love. This is, for us, something that we enjoy. It's something that's a common interest amongst all of us. It's something that strikes emotion in us, and it should be something that we should be able to share freely. So I'm curious to get your opinions on that, you guys. I know, Sushi, you wrote some really good points in the show notes about it too, so I'm very curious to have you speak out about it, and I'm curious as to what everybody says. So we definitely want to discuss that. Plus, this week in news and releases, there's tons of good news. Sushi, do you want to give a shout out to this first news bite?
Yeah. So, when we started this podcast, we said one of the big things that we wanted to do was help build an Atome community and bring people together. And we've seen that. We've seen it. We're connecting people on Twitter that maybe have never connected before. We're sharing information. We're sharing ideas. We're sharing opinions. We're helping each other grow as Atome players, which is awesome. But there's a new Atome podcast that has now joined us, and we definitely want to highlight them. They are friends on Twitter. Verde, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Ellie Berries. They've started a podcast called Tokimeki Radio. You can find it if you're listening to the podcast. You can find it on Ellie Berry's blog called figuratively speaking.me. And if you scroll down a little bit, there's a blog post called Tokimeki Radio Episode 1, Hello World. If you are actually in chat, I think Smashy, if you could link that, or maybe I can real quick. There we go. Um, Go give them a listen. They are fortunate enough that they speak and can read Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
So they talk about a wide range of games. I know they touch on anime. I know that Ellie Berries is addicted to collecting figures and all kinds of stuff like that as well. Verde, she translates games. She has her own YouTube channel. Her name is spelled Verde. Um, they do great things. And so this is exciting for us to see our fellow friends, you know, giving another outlet for us Atome players. So please, please, please go check them out. Um, Give them reviews, let them know what you think. Follow them on Twitter. Just, let's help keep growing the community and to support them.
Yeah.
So, and do you want to add anything about that pizza or?
Uh, for you guys also, I believe from what I heard on the episode of the show, it is going to be released every month. I could be wrong. I will double check with Ellie Berries on that, and I'll be sure to include that in the show notes on the YouTube page. But I believe it is a monthly podcast, so that means it is going to be action-packed from start to finish, giving you guys the whole month of releases and letting you know what's coming out. So definitely support them. I know, and Sushi knows, and anybody who's involved with Heroines knows, putting it out weekly and bi-weekly sometimes is a really, really tough because, we have our own personal lives that we have going on. So I know that it's also, a very a hard project, but it's a labor of love. And I feel that it's probably the same for Tokimeki Radio. So we're really proud of you guys for the work that you did on it. And keep going. Don't stop. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Yeah. And keep going because it's fun listening to the episodes. I've listened to it, I think, 2 or 3 times already just because I enjoy it. It's fun to hear other podcasts and hear other people's opinions of Atome games and what they like, what they don't like, and how they got into it. So definitely support them and check them out. Do it.
Yep. I do want to say there's a new mobile game that I will probably get. I have not gotten it yet. I think Atome Anna is it. It's a Shelley date game and it's got pirates and they are so well drawn and they are so pretty. Look at it. She's been posting like tons of CGs on Twitter and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I love looking at this. Like just keep them coming. Like they're beautiful. So definitely go check that out. And let us know, like if you check out something we talk about, let us know what you think about it. I will probably be picking up that one in the next couple of weeks because it popped up. I'm not a big pirate fan usually, but with those CGs, I was like, I could really get into pirates. There is a new, and you'll have to excuse me, this is from last week, so I'm trying to remember, or the week before. Kisses and Curses is a new Voltage game, I believe. So that is out. So definitely check that out. And quickly, we may go in some more depth about this next week since the Kickstarter will have ended this evening. And some other things have kind of happened this week, but the Kickstarter for Beastmaster and Prince closes in less than 18 hours. They are at 72K of 150K goal. It does not look like we will make that goal. But, keep your eye on Twitter and we'll talk about it next week. Give us your opinions on that. What do you think was wrong? What do you think made it maybe not so successful? How could it have been done better? And if you're aware of some of the new actions that they have taken recently that are kind of interesting, let's talk about it, and next week we can go into it a bit more when the dust kind of settles and we have some time to really see what officially happens. So that's kind of a downer, but if you haven't and you still want to and you're listening right now, please go donate. But I don't think it's gonna happen. So that's quite a big jump.
Yeah.
Um, well, did you want to add anything?
And no, no,
No.
no. I'm a little bummed about that one. Yeah, we'll save it for another episode.
Yeah, I think we'll remain positive until the last moment,
Mhm.
and then we can delve into it next week. But definitely, let's keep the discussion alive on Twitter, Tumblr, wherever you guys talk. And then this came last week, but like I said, we had some technical difficulties or the last time we had the podcast and we didn't get to it, or maybe I did and I rushed it. So I wanted to apologize. Flan asked us to mention a game on Steam called Mystic Destinies, Serendipity of the Eons. I'm not sure if it's still on sale. I apologize. I should probably check that. Um, but if it is still on sale, Duplicity is having a 50% off sale. I haven't played the games, but we always try and highlight what you guys are playing and recommend and all that fun stuff. So I think that's it. That's all that I had for news and releases. Unless you wanted to add anything, pizza.
Eat pizza. Pizza's great to eat. Yeah, no. I think that's about it. I definitely actually want to check out that Pirates game. I like it because it's part of the Shall We Date series. And Shall We Date War of Prayers is still to date probably my favorite mobile Otome game. So I think I'm a little more willing to give chances to Shall We Date games. And this isn't anything against other mobile Otome developers. I definitely will also check out probably Voltage too. I'll check out that Kisses and Curses, see if I'm into it. But I'm curious as to what the music sounds like. I didn't get a chance to see any of the images for it. So I'm curious to see what the pirate images look like. I think that'll be awesome. And
Yeah.
yes, so the Steam game for Mystic Destiny Serendipity of Aeons is free to play and it has a $5 DLC. That's awesome. I love free. So, you guys, and the premise of the game is really cool too. So, it's during your first year of university. Immense magical powers are forced onto you, thus revealing the supernatural world hidden within ours. But you must learn to control your powers with the help of a partner or risk destroying everything around you. Will your new fate be one of tragedy or serendipity? It's received mostly positive reviews. Actually, from the description alone, I will probably also check it out. I'm pretty excited to see. So, thank you so much for sending us that link, Flan. Definitely appreciate it. I think, though, we're probably going to wrap up the show here. For you guys as well, you can always subscribe and follow us at CB Heroines. If you enjoyed what you saw for this week's episode, there is a follow button somewhere here on the channel, and you should click it. I think it's a heart, so click the heart. And also, we are all the episodes that you hear from tonight's live stream will be exported and uploaded onto YouTube at a very, very long URL. If you can find us on YouTube, be sure to give us a subscribe there. Once we reach 500 subscribers, we can get our own custom URL, and then we can tell people where to find us on YouTube. So that's great. Oh, the prologues. The prologue is free. Routes are DLC. Okay. So, there you guys go for Mystic Destiny Serendipities at Aeons. The prologue is free. The routes are DLC content, which is actually still pretty good. I mean, I'm always down for that. And $5 is awesome. That's a great deal. Can't go wrong with that. Mm-hmm. So, definitely check that out. You can also hear this episode of Heroines of the Cherry Blossom, as well as the rest of our episodes on iTunes, on Stitcher, and on SoundCloud. So be sure to check those out. If you enjoyed speaking and listening to us and chatting with us here in chat, you can also find us on social media If you want to check us out, you can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/pizzamade, or you can also find me on my blog at pizzamade.moe. Sushi, how can they reach you on social media?
I am Sushi Geisha everywhere. Twitter, Sushi Geisha. My website that I have not updated in a while, I apologize, is sushigeisha.co. And I have to say this because I cannot afford the M. So there you go. I also stream. I do no longer have regular hours due to work stuff, but you can find me on Twitch at Sushi Geisha. You can find pre-recorded episodes if you search YouTube for Sushi Geisha and maybe Clap or Legend, Trails in the Sky or something like that. I don't have 500 subscribers, so I do not have an official URL, sadly. So, but also, if you guys find us on SoundCloud, please follow us and we will follow back. If you find us on iTunes, please leave reviews. The more reviews we get, the better, the closer we get to being able to read the reviews. And then maybe we can read them on stream. So please, if you can, those are little free support things. Share with your friends, pass around. I will be uploading this on Tumblr as well. We have a Tumblr for CB Heroines, as well as I have a Tumblr for Sushi Geisha, and it will be on both. And I think I plugged everything.
I know. I'm almost at a, like, I'm like, did I forget something? I think that's about it, though. I think we did get everything. But, again, thank you guys so much for everybody that tuned in from start to finish. If you came in midway through the show, we still wholeheartedly appreciate your support, as well as your input coming here into the channel. So everybody who tuned in, Foreign Flan, Hakawoki and Mocha, Daiko4, shout outs to Emma Waffles, shout outs to, of course, Smashy, who is quite possibly one of the best mods of all time. I love you, Death. And, oh, please don't let me forget a person. A cat! I can't forget Cat. Cat is never,
and
ever.
Sab snuck in.
Sab, you snuck in. Sneaky, sneaky little dude. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's always awesome. I want to give shout outs to everybody because you guys are such an integral portion to the show, and you guys are what makes the show what it is. So thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you all next week. So.
Bye.